Welcome back. All things commodities now. Manisha is here with us and she's here to talk about copper prices, which took a big knock last week, Manisha.
Oh, yes, and it doesn't seem to be stopping even now after that 24% of a decline in the previous week and coming off sharply from those all-time highs that the COMEX copper did make. We've seen further decline coming into the prices even now. So when you look at the COMEX copper, it is down 1.5% at this point in time. Some support on LME copper prices seems to be supporting the Indian markets right now, but it continues to be quite choppy. Well, remember, we did see a surprise tariff exemption to the refined copper imports into US, which are going to be attracting 50% tariffs, is what has led to this balancing coming in for the international markets there. The concern now is that US could be looking at a glut right now because a lot of copper was brought in ahead of these tariffs, and now there's not so much of demand, and the storage cost or the warehousing cost is quite on the higher side. So you could be looking at a re-export of this copper coming back from US into London and other European markets. So there's going to be an increase in supplies many of these markets. Is what seems to be weighing onto the space as well. The other thing which seems to be weighing onto the markets is the Chinese refined copper production numbers. Now, for the year 2024, we saw a record number of 13.64 million tons. For 2025, the expectation is that you could be looking at nearly 5 to 7% of an increase, even 12% for that matter, on the numbers that we saw last year. In the first half of 2025 itself, the Chinese refined copper production has gained up by 9.5%, keeping the prices in check there. Especially the Chinese prices have been trading quite flat into the markets there. And the other supportive factor, though, is the demand expectations for China itself. Now, BMI and Macquarie say that between 3.8 to 4.2% of a demand growth is what we could see in this year in sense of copper. So slightly contradicting fundamentals. But if the Chinese demand does come back, because China is a 50% producer and consumer of copper as well, you could be looking at some support returning here.
Okay, Manisha, thank you so much for that, keeping an eye out on copper. But back